Welcome, one and all, to the Master Sword Finals Game 2. We have Bobsled versus INDIO. Bobsled dropped the first game, so will be fighting for his tournament life, and INDIO in somewhat of the commanding position. I am secretly a sliver. I am joined today by Dr. John in the booth. How you doing, Doc?
What's up, Sean? Pleasure to be here as always. Yeah, Bobsled does not have to worry about leaving the booth behind because he will spawn with them on his feet. But he is in need of the win to push this to the decisive game 3.
Yeah, and for anybody who missed game 1, that was open mode. There were two different starting routes. INDIO found the boots immediately, and Bobsled, just skipped them forever. So,
Should be a pretty hype race, and of course, we forgot to mention what a treat to be joined in tracking by Stend Dennis, none other than the 12-0 gold sword bracket champion. Dennis, thank you for tracking, sir.
all right, Uncle getting out of here, and we get to see this escape sequence.
There we go. I had to refresh my screen. It was still showing as like the home screen. It was like the escape sequence. What? But here we are. I'm live. We're running out of the tunnel. It's raining, but Link somehow manages to never get wet.
I mean, how would you know?
True. I guess they would have had to have. I mean, when he pulls against the wall, you see the strain animation, right? So they are capable of. Never mind. We're looking for a map. I would say is kind of the first thing we're kind of tracking in the back of our brains to see if we can avoid checking the sanctuary. Just a subtlety to starting here. If we see a map, then we know we have to check that chest.
Yeah, so Kazboot starts largely the same for most runners. There's not really a lot of early game variants that you're going to get, but we'll see what items turn up in here to maybe tell our runners to go in a certain direction.
And then we'll see where our inevitable first major divergence is, and probably will be a insert item name here hunt. But hopefully we at least get a nice dramatic, enjoyable race. And I believe we did see the map, so that Theft and Sanctuary is going to have an item. We have some 8-slash and a spin-and slash. Very clean from Bobsled. I believe that was a trapped bird slash duck in a blue shell. That's a coincidence or a coinky dink because the first place we're going to be going is Kakariko, and the odds on them activating that flute are like minus 100,000 for those following at home.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the book is even taking bets on it anymore.
I mean, would you bet $10,000 to win $10? like 10,000 of your dollars to win $10 that they're going to activate that flute in Kakariko.
People still do it.
and it's a good way to get $10 because you know they're activating the flute. It looks like Bobsled with a couple second lead here. We won't call it insurmountable, but he is to the sewers first.
Indio bonking off the pot. One thing Cows Boots is good for, you get to that 40 bonk threshold fairly quickly.
That's why they call him the bonker. But 40, is that a low number or an ambitious number? Or I guess depends on who you're asking.
It's an arbitrary number made by previous mentor tournament participants. Yes, and just so everyone is aware, we are currently playing Bobsled's audio. It is the Final Fantasy Tactics MSU. Indio is using his classic Mega Man 2, which I think he's just ridden with for this whole tournament. He might switch over to that at some point.
Nothing wrong with that. That soundtrack absolutely shreds. And Metal Man, I believe, is the default to the overworld. And who doesn't remember the first time the Metal Man music kicked on as a kid?
Some unfortunate rat RNG there for Indio, but only a couple seconds behind.
5:21-ish escape time.
I think it might have been a little less than that. I wasn't super watching, though.
Same. With Boots, there's kind of no decision. We're going to be trekking up north to see what's on Lumberjack Ledge to see if this is an Agassi.
Yeah, especially because this is a Sword Assured mode. And with Sword Assured, it just makes Aga 1 that much more likely. Oh.
Arrow in the tree pulling a large
magic.
magic. Yeah, that Bobsled, I guess, will just pick up in the woods.
So while we're clearing out CAC here, I did have that pulled up. I guess I will pull it up again. So yeah, these runners both made it to the Master Sword Finals. Some different paths toward brackets. I just on the wrong thing. Yes. So being the 2 seed, Bobsled started with a first round bye, and 2-0 versus Azuracious, 2-0 versus Bane, and finally dropped his first game in brackets a couple days ago here to Indio. Indio started as the 5 seed, went 2-0 versus Magic Friends, 2-1 versus Phoenix, and 2-1 versus some guy named Dr. John.
Yeah, true, and he outplayed me. It was fair and square, and here I am calling the final. Feels good, and congrats to both runners for making it this far. It's been a long couple of months, a fun couple of months, and a fire rod in Blind's Hut couple of minutes. That was fire rod and a sword upgrade, not to cut out this great story off, but they're kind of getting, flute, fire rod, book. We can do a lot. I mean, we can go to Full Clear Desert right now, can't we? Or I guess we need glove.
Yeah, they may be looking that way, though, because glove just might be over there, right?
Seed's kind of just side-eyeing desert. Have we seen a map check yet?
Not that I recall. Although we did just pick up a... Although we did just pick up a bow, so that's probably happening sooner rather than later.
Mm.
Alright, so we have regular crystals on Eastern and Hera. Desert is a pendant. Does that make you more or less likely to want to check that right now?
That is an excellent question. I feel like when Eastern's a pendant, I'm totally cool with doing an early dip and then see you later. Desert pendant is kind of nasty because if there's an item on Landmo and you don't find glove, you're kind of grossed out. You're telling when you'll find mitts and mirror to get back there easily. Is that a duck high five? Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was.
If only they knew how close they were.
Yeah, so with Armos Knights and Logic here, kind of just, well, not necessarily yet in Logic. The big key could still be vanilla, and then it's out of Logic, locked by the lamp, but,
We don't care about that at this point. I mean, you just walk in that room and shoot one fire rod to the right, and who cares about logic? I'm kidding, of course, but I can't imagine that would prevent them from going over there with Saha and just pull clear a crystal right now. Why not? Would you hold it off until you had lamp, or are you drawn over to that area?
oh no, I'm going straight to Eastern with an early bow. I don't even care if it's a crystal or a pendant, I'm going straight to Eastern.
Even though the only thing that puts in logic is the Armos Knights.
Yeah, because the rest of the stuff is Sphere 0.
Call it being a crystal an extra bonus.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the only thing that's different if I have a pendant is I'm counting items.
And for those following at home, that's counting to 3 in that dungeon. Step 1 of any new rando excursion: learn how many items and keys are in each dungeon.
Alright, both runners going Damned Mini Moldorm Cave.
We didn't hula hand, so we don't have door money unless we find a boatload here. Well, there's silvers.
Second bow.
Okay, well, boss fight should be trivialish. Most of them. Early high five.
Okay, looks like Bobsled may be headed to Eastern here.
It does appear that way. Indio right on his heels. What's the old man got for us today? He stole a bunch of stuff earlier, and ooh, he is going to let us walk away with a very nice glove, fake boots, and some explosives.
Yeah,
so to find the. Go ahead.
So now that you have a glove, now how do you deal with desert? Like that book is really making things complicated.
I got the flute, so I'm definitely going there. If I don't find anything, I mean, if we find hammer and pearl, then I might put desert off. But I'm probably, because we don't have mirror hookshot either for the mountain. I'm considering desert straight from here. Bobsled forgoing that big magic on that crab. Hopefully that doesn't rear its head here, right? I mean, they need magic to see in that dark room.
Yeah, so Indio probably going to be able to do that a little faster, depending on prize packs. There might be some magic drops in here.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There is no magic under pots in this dungeon.
No, there isn't, because you're only in the vanilla game. You only ever have the lamp here, and
or isn't the in that dark room the pot that you have to lift to get to the door? Doesn't that have a small magic?
Right. Yeah, it does. But that's kind of too little, too late at that point.
Yeah. You're like, let me just walk through this danger to get one fire rod shot. But might be all you need.
Something that I noticed on Bobsled's side. Okay, so we will have a big magic drop here. Something that I noticed for Bobsled though is no, he didn't bonk open the wall for Sahashwala and threw a bomb at it. And I mean, it's not super important, but like whenever you can save your ammo like that, it's really big. As we do find a hook shot, so probably just
and a
after this.
Well-timed big magic drop on Bobsled side.
Yeah, so I saw the fairy pack on the skeletons. That's gonna be important for GT as well, because that can figure into your decision making of whether to pre-drink a potion before the climb, or just hope that you're on the right drop to get a fairy.
Pre-game or not. What's the odds that there's a compass hermit up in that chest? Is it 100% or only like 90%?
When you skip it, it's always progression. When you go and get it, it's always useless.
Ugh. I wonder how nervous Bobsled was when they realized they didn't have any magic coming in this dungeon, because this room is much trickier in the dark.
Chat saying looks like an Agaseed. I don't know. They just got access to Paradox Cave, so I'm tending to think no. But I mean, if I go to the mountain and I full clear it, and all I get is a Moon Pearl, I might be looking at it.
Well, we don't have any access to Hera at the moment. I mean, so you're content not waiting for a hammer or mirror to show up before you go up there?
Nah, Paradox Cave is too dense.
Not in like a intellectual dis sort of way, in like a item quantity sort of way. Oh, one miss, no worries. And there's mitts.
Right, and there's our Titan's mitts. Oh baby, are we gonna actually see a Super Bunny Cave?
Enlighten the audience for those that don't know what that means.
So Super Bunny Cave is called that because when you drop down a hole as a bunny, then you enter what's called Super Bunny state, which gives you access to a limited portion of the items, but most importantly, it gives you the ability to open chests as a bunny. So in Super Bunny Cave, in Super Bunny Cave, it is out of logic to do it that way, but yeah, you can get the things from Super Bunny Cave as bunny because you have to fall down to get there. Ooh, and a tempered sword on Agina, very nice.
Does that mean you're able to push blocks as well, or do you have to
push blocks? You can push blocks as a bunny no matter what.
I did not know that. I thought the only thing you could do was walk and mirror.
You can also, use the book.
And you can also die, I believe.
Well, yeah, of course. You can always die.
Early tempered sword is like a nice warm blanket and silvers, like we don't have to worry about anything at all. We're decently healthy under 20 minutes. The worst thing the sea could do to us now is put both armor upgrades deep in GT.
We have a decent amount of hearts. I mean, I would feel fine. Like if I get blue mail, then I'm set for the rest of the seed for sure. But I think just given how healthy most seeds are, usually end up with 15, 16, 17 hearts. Indio picking up King's Tomb on the way to the mountain, but unfortunately nothing there. Nothing has ever been in King's Tomb. Especially
Yeah, it
not
does.
about 3 hours ago.
Always a smooth landing, jumping from that height. It's amazing. He falls with the speed of oh, we're stuck. He falls with the speed of gravity, but
don't go in the
lands
portal.
with the softness of a gymnast.
Yeah, so we do also have flute and Titan's mitts. So the game can require you to walk as a bunny in order to progress the game. So if we find a mirror, then that means our moon pearl can be in checkerboard cave.
There it
Except
is.
it's right here.
Classic
All right.
commentators.
Boring. Thanks, game.
It's like this field goal kicker hasn't missed from his last 47 attempts from this distance, Jim. And it's just hooked right immediately. Gold sword. I mean, why not? Let's just give him the other 2 armor upgrades here. More health. Yeah. Let's beef him up. This is like I was gonna make 2 consecutive sports references. The baseball steroid era of the 90s. These guys can do it all. Bomb jump successfully placed.
Yeah, surprising that they've taken much the same path here. I think Indio has just gotten to 1 or 2 kind of more out of the way checks.
Gosh, so we can peek at Meyer. Not that we're going to fake Flipper into Ice Palace, because that's a dumb idea. Never mind, I take that back. But we can do a lot right now after we leave here. Ice Rod. So we will not be hunting for Ice Rod.
Yeah, that all but guarantees that TR is a Pendo. Because this game
Here's
likes
your early
to be
Ice
boring.
Rod. And if it's a pendant, you just worry forever, especially if you find Kane in the right medallion in the next 10 minutes. You're like, oh god.
Yeah, you kind of just hope that the Kane is your go mode and not have to worry about stuff like that. Nice block clip there by Bobsled.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that second one does not work if you're directly hugging up against the right wall and you have to be slightly off of it. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a precise pixel position. It's not like there is a window to it. I forget exactly how big it is, but yeah, you have to be slightly off that wall, or else your hook shot will not grab the block correctly.
I remember that being the reason why I wasn't getting it the first couple of times. Like, makes sense. Hook. Early signs. I'm not. It's. How early is too early to call that jet looking? But it's always nice to get an entire full mountain clear by 24 minutes. Or I guess we can't go Spike Cave.
Well, we can't go to Hera either.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but
well, that's fine, because that means that we can use Spike Cave as part of the Hera checks.
Where are we going now, Mr. Sled?
Might as well just go to Skull Woods, right? Probably should have checked his dungeon prizes when he was on Dark Death Mountain there, but mean, this is your only path to the Dark World, so even if Skullwoods does end up being a pendant, like there's no reason to stay out of it, right? And you're already here.
And we did not go and peek at Turtle Rock, did we? The medallion that gets us inside.
So we have green pendant swamp and a regular pendant at Skullwoods.
With the red 5/6 crystals on Mire and Ice. What was that medallion there on Turtle Rock? Dennis, let us know here.
I did not see it.
I don't think any commentator in the history of commentating has ever seen the medallion. It's always, what was that? I don't know.
My Discord stream is a little blocky, so even if I was paying attention, I wouldn't have been able to see it.
Chat says Bombos, which is the coolest one. Let's be honest. And it's the only one in the vanilla game that's not required. Is that right?
That is correct, because you need Ether to enter Misery Mire and Quake to enter Turtle Rock. Unless we have methods. Well, we have methods for Turtle Rock. Skipping the Mire Medallion is way harder than Turtle Rock. Vanilla 5/6 crystals, though.
Doesn't mean something's in Pyramid. Dennis in chat calling for a shovel on Ped. That would be super cool to lead to something required. I don't think we've seen that this tournament.
Yeah, fetch quests on scoutable items are never great because that doesn't really give you any more information than you had before.
It's basically a middle finger. And there's our blue mail.
There's that blue mail.
So what do we need? Mirror Shield and red mail to fully just what do you call the gold Mega Man upgrade in X3? Basically Super Saiyan.
Indio probably looking to do at least the front of Thieves Town here. I know different players approach this differently. How do you usually approach Thieves Town with no hammer?
And no mirror. With mirror, it's painless to do the front four. You could always death warp out of here, but I would probably put off full clearing this for a little while. And if I could find the lamp, I'd be really happy.
Yeah, if you leave here with just a lamp, that's probably just fine, right?
Because there's no way you're not going to come back to Village of Outcast at least one more time. And so...
Well,
I would probably...
So actually, if you clear Thieves Town here with Olids being a pendant and you have access to the Smith Chain, I mean, you could just fully commit to never coming back here.
Potentially orphaning the big chest here, hammer pegs. And we don't have mirror to make the Smith Chain convenient.
No, but unfortunately, mirror can be on either piece of that.
Zaxxerai, the mirror could take a while to get, if ever. The mirror is starting to look like a early intriguing late find.
Also, with Swamp being a pendant, mirror may not even be required. Or it may just end up in GT.
That's the second worst item to say that about besides boots, just because the mirror just makes routing just so nice.
Yeah, routing without a mirror is really bad. Game's just not meant to be played that way.
But the C generator does not care, sir. Another
nope, the machine just wants to know if it's possible, not if it's comfortable.
Indio with an airmail on that first one. He knows better than that. High five. Just kidding, of course. I mean, despite our conversations about leaving, they both are just saying screw it, and they're just going to hope that small key's locked itself, which would be
Yeah,
fortunate.
I know a lot of people that that just say if Thief's Town is a crystal, just go get your crystal. Who cares if you leave the big chest behind? So these two seem to be of a similar mindset to that. I've just been burned by the big chests too often that and yeah, we do have that vanilla small key.
Yeah, count me into the high five, into the burned by the big chest group. It's simple. If a required item's there, I mean, it. Who wants to come right back here after you find the hammer? It's not gonna. You're not coming back for a long time.
Yeah, and it only takes
And,
about 70 seconds to get there, but like it's 70 you're uh sorry, you're dedicating 70 seconds of your time to come back and get only one guaranteed item, and then it could take you maybe 40-50 seconds to get to your next check. So then at some point you've only done one check in 2 minutes. And that's
and you
not
only
very
know that you only know it contains the thing you need if it's your last location.
right.
Decent blind from both runners. See what India wants to do now. Yeah, the hammer can't be in Pyramid Ferry because Cold Stare is blocked by the hammer.
Yeah, I think I just take the frog to Hype Cave here. I feel like with Nits access, Hype Cave is hype more often than not, just because it's slightly inaccessible.
And then start your next life with a flute to the blacksmith turn in.
Yeah, and then just figure out what to do from there.
We haven't has either runner been to Ice Rod Cave? Because Zora area has not been visited at all. Is that right?
Tracker saying that both have skipped Ice Rod Cave.
Well, we have flute, we have Zora money. That could be on the back of their. Well, Indio does at least. And now Bobsled does. I'd be thinking about that because not get the ice rod check out of the way and then water walk. Or you could argue it's out of logic. Why waste your time?
Surprised neither of them want to check the blacksmith here.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to go back for purple chest, but like blacksmith is definitely something that you can grab because you're saving and quitting from Hype Cave unless there's a hammer here anyway.
So if hammer and flippers are deep in logic, does that make this an Agaseed? To get we have flute. We can access
The only
everything.
way it could be an Agaseed would be if something's in the pyramid, which we've already determined it cannot be the hammer. Could be the mirror, but that would depend on what else is being locked by the mirror.
I haven't seen a late mirror seed in a while. Although if I recall, one of the placement seeds was a late mirror seed.
Yeah, so the hammer can't be in Pyramid Fairy, and it cannot be, and Pyramid Fairy cannot lock the hammer. So like we already know Ega 1 is staying at the top of the tower.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, that was a 2 or a 3 on the hype scale.
Quick. Ooh. Okay, so we found 2 of our medallions. Unfortunately, not the one that we know we need. We have Quake on Hylia Island, and we just got Ether off of that mushroom check.
Yeah, I mean, let's make the first official prediction. Bombos in Pyramid. That's what we're looking for.
I'm gonna say Hammer on Zora, and then Bombos and Ice Palace, because why not?
That's peaceful.
Rule of fire, right?
That's peaceful though. Who wouldn't sign on the dotted line for that?
Unfortunately, we haven't found any spicy items yet. Everything has kind of been mundane so far.
Nice to have that knowledge of the Quake Medallion, but it's blocked by the mirror at this point, so... And we have not even been to the mire area yet, so I feel like that the shed and what gets us in there is kind of important information. Thank you, India. Yeah, Furious. I think I think he was doing some kern jump research and was just like, I'm going for it because he was in the area. I think it was 50% felt like a good time and 50% wanted to do it. And of course, I missed the medallion that opens it.
I believe it was Bombos as well, so can't get into either dungeon.
And it also means it can't be on Pyramid now, right?
Correct. So it can't be in Pyramid Fairy. So Pyramid Fairy is
Mirror?
Also can't have Samaria, and Mirror's not necessarily required. If Pyramid Fairy has the mirror, it can't be blocking any of our Go mode items. Because right now we only need Bombo's Hammer and Samaria.
Darn it. I don't like it. Okay, so we can just bury Pyramid because Mirror's got to be somewhere. Mirror, and we don't need flippers, so it's got to be Mirror or Queen. That's good. That's gonna be or Bombos. That's clogging this toilet.
I mean, technically, we may need flippers to be able to access Pod, but you can also access Pod through an Aga 1 clear. So, but we will not be doing that. We'll probably be kern jumping.
Or flippers to get our Kane or Bombos out of Mire with late flippers or something. Furious, of course, pointing out that logically we need flippers because ice is a crystal, but
yeah, I feel like that fake flipper specifically is one of the first that people learn, and like it's been a very long time since I've had to teach someone how to do that. So, like I feel like people just learn it as one of the first things even before they go into something like the mentor tournament.
Well, because if flippers are in a disgusting location, you don't want to have to need them. You know, same with
right.
I mean, yeah, same with lamp and dark rooms. If it's in a gross spot like pet, however possible, just do your dark rooms. Kind of synced up here a little bit, or we got a kind of a high five, like a glancing high five.
Like yeah, Indio using the Ether Medallion to get rid of those Gibdos. That's actually a big problem room for a lot of people, is that mummy room.
Butter Sword, it's 2 slashes each, I believe, if you want to take the time, but I'm pro Ether, so no qualms here.
I'm not pro Ether. Ether's slow.
I know.
Just ignore them.
You're an energy player.
And manipulate their movements.
Oh, we can't get in yet.
Yeah, I got hit by the bunny beam, looks like, so.
Did a good job not taking damage, even though we have blue mail. The Dark World hit hard, so, and I don't think we have I mean, we could, okay, well,
Yeah, well, we did have
Never
we did
mind.
have that fairy pack in pocket, so it's like you definitely
Props
want
to
to
Bobsled
bop
if they
yourself
got that
out of.
intentionally.
Definitely wanted to bop yourself out of bunny form there. All right,
Moth is dead.
that's one bug swatted. Is that our second item? Is that why Bobsled skipped the bridge chest? I don't. I know we checked the front, but
Walking
I
out of
don't
the bridge
remember if
chest
we
was
got an
never
item
fun,
there or
but
not.
yeah, I don't.
Okay, that is our second item. Thank you, tracker.
Thank you, chat and tracker.
Oh, Indio getting super familiar with those spikes. Okay, but they'll take them off down.
Are we doing some Smith chain here? Or we could have water walked over to Catfish and Pod if we wanted to, but we can also.
Here's a stupid question. I know Indio did it, but has Bobsled been to King's Tomb yet?
I don't believe so.
Here's another stupid question. Why?
No, who likes spawning at Sank when you have flute and you've already saved the old man?
Well, there's a check there.
You have asked and I have answered. So Bobsled probably gonna grab the frog, right? Indio gonna do bumper. Would you be tempted to do a Skullwoods water walk and go check out Catfish and then head on to Pod? I guess we don't have hammer. It's kind of gross going to Pod without hammer, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, especially, I guess it is in logic to get over there now via an Aga 1 clear. Okay, so Bobsled is going to do King's Tomb now.
He heard you.
Indio into Desert.
So yeah, Aga. I mean, Aga could still be our logical access to Pod, right? As you just pointed out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but
I know the skull.
with the existence of Kern Jump slash the Skullwoods Water Walk, it's not really ever worth it to actually do that logically.
We haven't really seen that skull with water walk too much this tournament. I only learned it fairly recently myself, but this does feel like a situation where, unless you just don't want to, I guess you're not too concerned about breaking Aga logic, like you said, but you just don't want to go over there without hammer, which could just be in Pod, right?
Yeah, I mean, so it's not really technically a logic break. You're going to something that's already in logic by a different path.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know why Bobsled saved and quit there.
Remind the
Just
audience
needed
how many
to,
seconds it takes to fully save and quit.
like 12 and a half, I think.
So if you don't want to just waste 12 and a half seconds, don't save and quit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you would have had to run out of the Smith house, but that's a lot faster than a save and quit. Because you're going to be fluting back to 3 anyway if you're going to the front of Skull here. Oh, okay. He's setting up a water walk here, but he did mess it up. But yeah, setting up a water walk so he doesn't have to curl jump, basically.
Let's go. I mean, I don't think
Nope,
they're listening.
He just broke it.
He was too close to the pit, wasn't he?
Yep.
Will he test it by climbing up the stairs? Nope.
I'm not sure how many people actually know that.
How to test your water walk?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you face down like you're climbing down the stairs with your sword out, if you don't get the stair resistance that you know what I'm talking about, then you've done it correctly. But if you start walking down the stairs like you normally do, then you've lost it. Yeah, so that's what just happened right there. He hopefully knows that you can't get too close to that pit and do that. But did that take too much time? Does he want to try it again? I think so, because he
I think he does want to try it again. Honestly, I think he should just go get the purple chest. That's going to be less time than this is taking.
And what would it have to contain to make that feel worth it more than this? As land mode drops $20. Stay further away from the pit. He broke it again.
No, he broke it again.
Step 1, dash like he did. Step 2, stay away from the pit. So desert was kind of dead, was it not?
Yeah, desert was.
Oh, we have 2 pendants. Are we considering a ped check at any point? What could be on ped with desert?
Red cane would be the only thing, because flippers and hammer have to be. You need flippers and hammer to and mirror to beat Swamp Palace.
This is probably.
Okay, I think this might be a Kern jump attempt.
That's the correct. Or wasn't he in the correct spot the first time?
No, he was a little too high the first time, and
that looked
low.
well timed. That second one.
Okay, that might be right.
I'm really pulling hard for him to pull this off because we were just talking about that water walk and he had the right idea. Just come on, game. Give him.
I mean, he also has the bow. He can just do a splash delete fade flipper here. Oh, almost.
God, that one looked good. Damn, that sucks.
Oh, he is 1 pixel too high. See, it's hard for me to see on Discord's just being Discord artifacting. And yeah, this looks like he's just gonna go clear Aga 1.
Scaler pointing out that Bombos can also be on ped.
It's true.
Unless you want to contradict him.
I mean, don't say wrong things and I won't contradict you.
Someone say that flippers could be on ped. I dare you. We'll see if your purple chest call is correct. Haiku, purple chest holding flippers. Yeah, I mean, purple chest could just be. I mean, I don't know if we want to see flippers, but.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bobsled wants to do this instead of like exhausting all of his possible opportunities first.
This is a shocking usage of time, considering that he failed the Kern jump, 5 or 6 times. I have so much respect for reattempting this, but.
Yeah, INDIO 1 pixel too low here.
He's just. Oh, INDIO's doing it. Yeah, I was looking at it and assuming that was Bobsled trying it again. I was like, God, the cojones on this dude. But yeah, Bobsled just saying.
Yeah, so question from chat, why is Bobsled doing Aga 1? He wants to be able to access the east side of the Dark World, but he was not able to pull off a water walk or a Kern jump. Okay, I am begging everyone, if you fail the Kern jump, just do a splash delete, please. You probably know it better.
I guess that's the question. I mean, you think about it when you want to get the item off Zorledge, but are you aware that you can do it by any body of water is the question.
Oh. INDIO got
this is crazy.
Bad sub-pixel there. Did he just fail 10 times? Did he just go through his whole bomb inventory there?
Certainly 10 bombs were used. I'm not sure how many official attempts it was.
Question from chat. No, he was not on the right pixel. He was 1 pixel lower than he needed to be.
Zach saying that he was on the right pixel for 40%-ish of his attempts. It is. You have to be on that 1 pixel. It's not like some bomb jumps where you're granted 2 or 3 pixels. Trying to time it with that flash sword. The water walk would have. I wonder if India doesn't know that water walk, but I wonder if Bobsled is just freaked out why that didn't work, or just it'll be crazy to ask. But that's one of the first ones I want to ask is. I don't know, just the odds of both players trying a 10 bomb attempt kern jump. Well, how long until India just says screw it and does Aga?
I mean, INDIO has 2 pendants. Oh, it looks like he's just buying more bombs.
Hopefully not for
Cool.
10 more kern jumps.
Oh, hopefully he gets it on the first try next time.
I'm pretty sure INDIO didn't try 10 kern jumps in our races, but
no, I don't think kern jump ever came up in your races. It did come up in the last match between these two, and INDIO got it first try. So
that's probably what's frustrating him, because he has improved, as both of these runners have improved just so much over the last few months. Is he going back for this? He might not know about the. Look at this guy. He just must not know about the Skullwoods Water Walker. Knows it exists, but hasn't quite learned it. I mean, he's like, I got it 2 days ago. Like, 10 bombs are only $50. Let's go.
there's our mirror there on Pyramid Ledge. I'm
Incredible.
suspicious of that pedestal now.
Because that puts Swamp into almost
Not quite yet, but we're
flippers.
a lot closer than we were.
Is that the right pixel? I'm not a kern jump expert. I admit it.
I think he's too low.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought you need to barely be able to see daylight. Isn't he 1 too low right there? Now he's one too high
on that one. There.
That
I
one
think
looks
that
good.
one's the right one.
Come on, dude.
There we go.
There, hey.
We did.
If you can hear me, I'm clapping. It only took 35 minutes, but we kern jumped. Darn it. And hard to say. How many failed kern jumps?
Bobsled.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bobsled just taking that mirror, saying "see you later." All this effort just paid off with only a mirror, and I'm not going to check any of these other things. I mean, if I go through that much effort to get to East Dark World, I'm getting everything here.
Yeah, because now our only way back, we have to go to the Aga portal, right, to be able to access pod again. We can check Ether Tablet for the first time, but we don't. Hopefully he remembers when he leaves. INDIO will find the mirror, and then we'll see if he follows Bob or continues on to pod. It's looking like Hammer's just in pod, and Ted is a candidate for Kane or Bombos. One or both of those predictions has to be true, right?
And statement from chat that you want to see Hammer before going into pod. Well, yes, but it doesn't look like this seed is giving us much choice, honestly. Like, Hammer in pod is definitely not ideal, but like it's rando. You can't be hoping for ideal things, and now we see combos right there. Now we can get into Mire with no Kane. Yeah, man, this seed is getting brutal.
Yeah, Kane on Ted is not dead yet, but the Bombos was a huge find in terms of correcting the dreams of those that wish ill will upon the runners. Or fun seeds for a viewing audience, I should say. I mean, not that we're out of the woods yet. That red cane is still kind of looming, isn't it?
Bob, no. Effectively created his own middle hole there.
You never want a middle hole. I mean, we're just going full swag. I want to see infinite bumper skips until we get it right here from Bob.
I mean, a bumper skip isn't really swag, it's faster.
It's swag to be fast.
I guess swag is optimal. There's our hammer. Right in the first chest of pod.
Incredible. Right there. So the game logically wanted you to. This was logically an Agassi then, confirmed, right? I mean,
yeah, I think we saw. I think between the two of them, we saw everything.
Umaga, if it is infinite, he will not get it right. If he gets it right, it will not be infinite. That is true. You win, sir. Piece of heart on ether tablet.
Okay, the manga is often referred to as the Confucius of the rando community.
It sounds like something that like the members of Project Mayhem would say over and over again or something. I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't even know what Project Mayhem is.
It was the second phase of the Fight Club.
Oh, I see. Thought we were supposed to talk about that. Bob's not going to be able to take his portal back here. Let's see if he decides to go into Meyer.
I mean, if Bob's real name is Robert, then we could start getting some Robert Paulson jokes going. But we'll wait on that. Okay.
But what if Bob's your uncle?
What about Bob?
What about Bob?
Underrated movie or properly rated?
Properly rated. It's not very good.
Yeah, I should have said overrated. That's always the third choice. Kern Jump, overrated, underrated, properly rated.
Where? Oh, Graveyard Ledge, right. It's just hard following that mirror. Which I mean, if you think it's the key, then yeah, that's absolutely fine. I honestly, I mean, getting locked out of your portal there is probably a little weird.
I believe it had their hook shot in the first game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I would like now that Mirror has confirmed led to Bombos, I kind of want to follow the Bombos. So I would want to be looking in Meyer here, but again, Bobsled getting locked out of his portal might just not like that.
Kind of nasty. I mean, with being unable to even get into or do anything past the first screen in TR, Meyer could potentially only have one item. Following Bombos is not as attractive as it sounds.
It doesn't, but the way that the randomizer works, sometimes it will put a throughway in there like that. Or this is kind of pointing toward Kane being in Meyer as well.
I mean, Kane's never been in Meyer, or it definitely has been in Meyer. Oof. Do we have no? That's just a.
Was that intentional, or I didn't see him do the dark maze.
He did not bomb jump to the big chest.
No, he went in the top.
We haven't found a bottle yet.
Yeah, okay. Chat saying he died going in. That is unfortunate. Yeah, those Kadongos do one full heart of damage every time, no matter what male you have. So definitely have to be careful down there.
I might have to async this to see how. I'm just kidding.
Now that you know where everything is.
I did it in 58 minutes. You guys suck. I don't know if I said 58 minutes because my brain was looking at the timer, or because I feel like I just picked that number and then looked at the timer and am now freaked out. But
I don't know. I don't know what bobsled is running in circles for, but
I think we're just getting a sync here with the timers.
oh no, bobsled was just kind of running around in circles, and I'm not really sure why he was doing that. But
Steps in.
yeah, hopefully this sync holds, because when we got desynced, it was by about 16 seconds.
I mean, that's a whole saving quit and then some.
Sometimes Streamlink doesn't like when you pause a video for that long, and it'll try to get back to live. But hopefully this holds.
I mean, how long till we get a ped check? I mean, is there because I mean, you're just
arguably, INDIO should have done it when he was going for purple chest, with dependents already in hands.
Yeah, I mean, obviously flippers, locks. Red cane's the only thing that can be on ped. You've already said that, but it's absolutely in play to be on ped at this point. And once we find flippers, it puts ped fully in logic. Is that right?
I believe that's where we're at. Yeah.
All right, then we need flippers right here on Bombo's tablet. Let's go.
So all we got from pod so far was the hammer. That's it.
I mean, would you have signed on the dotted line for hammer and pod?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I would definitely have headed to pod after doing Smith Chain, but
Secretly a greedy rando player.
well, no, I just realized that items can be vanilla sometimes.
I feel like a failed Waffle House should be called a Huddle House. Is that fair? I'm not sure if he was going for a Waffle House, but it looked kind of like a sad change of direction. Dennis, bobsled is like me, avoids pod at all costs. Well, then you hate the hammer.
Oh boy. Hera basement? Is there even an item here? I mean, I guess there has to be, right?
Unless he's just has to pee so bad, and just this is the only justifiable way to do so.
Did Bobsled do Spike Cave when he was up here?
Well, he doesn't have a hammer, so
I
doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it very, very, very much.
You're absolutely correct.
If you'd asked me the first week we met, I would have been like, yeah, I think he has. Just to fit in. This could just be big key for the item in big chest, right? Shout out chat.
Well, yeah, it had to be the big key because we didn't find it. We didn't find it on the first two checks. We found a small key.
Well, I didn't know.
And compass,
I'm commentating.
or something like that. Yeah, you're commentating. You're not watching the race.
I didn't say that. I just said I'm commentating. Just kidding. All right, so INDIO, surely he's not. Is this a Spike Cave check? Or this would be crazy.
I don't think he's done Hera yet, so.
Oh, at all. Okay,
we'll
that makes
probably check Spike Cave. Yeah, man,
$20.
that's a lot. That's a real long sequence for just a 20.
And no hammer to do Spike Cave. Could be big if Kane's in Spike Cave.
Big if anything than Spike Cave, honestly.
We've got to be going to pod. We have to go to pod. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to. Nope.
What? Why are you fluting away? All right, I'm pulling the trigger on Meyer here, but like, I mean, at this point, you gotta count up the time you're spending on these
Yeah,
screens. Like running halfway to the portal like that, you're bleeding seconds there.
what do you think the appeal is here? Because I mean, they don't know that Red Kane's not in pod, but if it is, then this is a disaster. So what's the? I wonder what
The appeal is that Bobsled left directly after Mirror. So if Indio went into pod and found something, then Bobsled gets no benefit by going and grabbing the thing that's in pod, unless it's literally Red Cane. So he's gonna try to pull a hammer or a Red Cane out of here first, because at this point it doesn't matter when Bob goes back to pod, because he's going to have to at some point. So you might as well check the lower percent thing first, because you know whatever's in pod, your opponent got it first.
Interesting line of thought. I don't know if I'd be capable of making that sort of meta-like decision, or whoever was it the other day that referred to it as shadow boxing your opponent's route. Not that you're wrong, because we know that's exactly what did occur. But yeah,
I mean, you can kind of predict what other people are going to do just simply from watching races and watching the tendency and watching the metagame and such. So like when I'm doing a seed and I do like a slightly weird play, like going into Mire without the ability to clear it, like I'm thinking about things like this, right? Because you have to keep in mind, like, oh, my opponent could have like played at a little more normally, and then what benefit do they get from that, and like how do I route around that?
I don't think we set up spooky, but we can't do it anyway, and we haven't found Kane, so not a big deal. And it's kind of gross. I mean, it must just be that they didn't want to go to pod without the hammer. But then when your secondary choice is let's dip Mire without the Cane, it's pretty nasty.
I mean, I've seen plenty of hammers in Mire, both with and without the Cane in hand, so like there could just be a hammer in here that's locking a Cane on Helmasaur, so like that would require you to double dip Misery Mire anyway, which I think is kind of something that Bobsled is hoping for here. Because I don't know if ooh, okay, there's the flippers.
I mean, are you immediately going to check pad or just waiting a little bit and going to check pad?
I'm at least clearing ice first.
That's true. That's extremely fair. Because Kane could just be there in the certain mild examination.
Yeah, and there could be like a 3 dungeon thing going on. It's a bit unfortunate to see this when we know where the hammer is, but this totally makes sense, right? Like,
we have no potion, no bottles to refill. We cannot miss this shot to get into the dungeon.
Oh, I kind of hope he does, honestly.
Oh, okay. He still goes for that tight one. What a mother! Incredible. Okay, that I only got one shot. I'm doing it this way. Oh, no hammer. Pointed out.
Yeah.
In chat.
So
this is gross. Oh, and guaranteed double dip for Bob. This is nasty. Mire without Cane. We don't want to go to pod without hammer, but that's where it is. So let's go to ice without hammer, which we need to beat it. Brutal.
No, like this totally makes it, like, what Bob's doing makes complete sense, because you left after Mirror, which led to Bombos, which now led to Flippers. So like you're just following this logic chain, and you know, Hammer just might be the capstone of this chain. Unfortunately, from the booth, we will know that that's not the answer.
Did Indio get that bottle from Spike Cave and just went straight to turn it in? I was caught off guard with our first bottle, but it finally appeared.
I don't remember where that bottle came from, but yeah,
He might have just got it. We definitely will be seeing an Ice Palace bomb jump, which is cool. We have 3 bombs, which is scary.
yeah, bottle on Helmasaur there. As Chad is pointing out.
Everyone in chat are basically.
And there's
like,
then there's our red cane underneath the hammer pegs. Oh boy.
Wait, is that?
Did Indio? So Bombos
he
isn't
did...
tracked for Indio. Okay, he does have it.
He does have Bombos, yes. So he's in. He needs flippers logically, but if he can just if he can fake flippers, he in go mode. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so.
108-ish. And he knows it. I'm guessing he knows it. We'll see by his actions in Meyer, but that's not great for Bob, to say the least, because his hammer is thin in pod.
Well, it's something that's gonna end up working out. He tried Ice Palace bomb jump till he ran out of bombs. Now I'm gonna buy more, but I wonder if that just I wonder if that points him more toward pod. Oh no, it looks like he's going back. Yeah, so the series is INDIO is up a game in the series. If this result holds, then INDIO will be the Master Sword Bracket champion. Nice to see all of these series starting to wrap up here. It's a long tournament, but we'll finally get to crown some champions and bronze medalists.
Hopefully more than one bronze medalist, but it's being worn with pride. I don't think, did we mention earlier, shout out to Furious Prince for being our restreamer. I wanted to mention him because I put his comment on the back burner when I referenced shadow boxing your opponent's route. Now I want a mode where we can race our opponent's ghosts like it's a Mario Kart time trial. It would be extremely cool if we could do that. I agree. Let's do it.
I would just end up following the ghost around. Honestly.
Like, hey, beat it like a little brother. Will you do the give everyone a follow feel? Sean, you're better at it.
Yeah, so go ahead and give our runners a follow. Links are in chat, and thank you to Furious for putting on this restream. Thank you to Sin Dennis for keeping the trackers going, and thank you, Dr. John, for calming this race with me.
This was, I believe, our 3rd time in the booth together. Knocked out a couple races together, so my competitive tournament's over. So I don't know if I don't longer work for you. Like, are we just peers now? Like, how long until you can turn me loose, coach?
Oh, you're my enemy, and I must destroy you now.
Damn. Can we at least wait till the 4 swords get handed out?
Yeah.
Fair. We are shaking hands because we are physically standing in the same commentator booth.
Yeah, because it's kind of cramped in here, actually.
Furious, it's okay. We can fight back in Beer League. Yes, Beer League coming up. Thank you to Sean for, I think, being the one that brought that to our attention. Me and Prince and I believe Centipede have formed a team called the Furious Dr. Pede, I believe is the name of our team. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so Beer League is a bit of a newer tournament. Season 1 was, I believe, at the end of last year. And now Season 2 has just been announced. We have until, I believe, September the 2nd to get our signups in. But so a little different from the ALTTPR League, which usually has some more complicated stuff like doors and entrance rando. The most complicated thing in Beer League is key sanity, like all dungeons key sanity, and that's about it. So very cool very cool for people who don't want to jump into the deep end of super difficult modes just yet.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but if all parties agree, inverted can be used for any of the modes. Is that right? Not that I will ever be picking that, but I thought I saw that
for
was
some
optional.
For some of them, yeah. But the tournament, a lot of tournaments have actually been changing their structure so that it's not like hard and fast modes anymore. They don't just say, hey, this week is whatever week and you have no say over it. TOs are starting to kind of give some additional options that you can accept or veto, which is a good way to kind of personalize your tournament.
We'll see if we get some sword slash or frustrated sword slashes from Bobsled when he sees his hammer. But the very thing he was hoping.
Oh
doesn't have the
no,
money.
he's 3 rupees short.
3 rupees short. That would have been the best time in history for that guard to have dropped 3 green rupees. No, he needs 110. That monkey's a stealer. He needs 20.
Yeah, he needed to flute to 7 there.
Well, speaking of frustrated sword flashes, I wasn't expecting them at that exact. That sucks.
We've seen it a few times so far. I don't know. Bob's going to the 20 rupee rock. I guess it doesn't matter. I would have rather seen Smoke Rock, but
I don't know what that means.
so the rock on the M screen between the dam and the Guinness Cave has a bunch of pots, and there's 50 rupees in there.
Oh, I don't think I've opened that once this tournament.
Yeah, so we call it Smoke Rock because of some lore where someone named Smoke just sat in there and farmed there forever.
I thought it was going to be something about $50 to Smoke Rock, but never mind.
Well, his full name was I Smoke Meth Daily, so
PG-13. That replaces our F right there. We'll just call it square.
I mean
His name was I Smoke Meth Daily. He was actually a really great guy.
No, he was not.
And back to the race.
We can go on to something else. Indio about to go do some icebreaker.
He got it on the, I think, 9th try. The last thing, let's see if he gets it on the in his first 6th try. You can do it, Indio. Yeah.
Question from chat: which enemy prize packs have rupees? So there is a rupee pack. So that would have 5, 1, 5, and then 20, and then there's also a 20 rupee drop in the fairy pack, and there are various 5 rupee drops scattered through most of the packs, but usually not until very late. The rupee pack and the fairy pack are really the most accessible to get money.
I think that was about a 2-second pause at the entrance after mirroring and just kind of like poking it in. Like that was kind of like, really? I feel like that's what that was. Because this is looking, to say the least, outstanding for Indio. We're just a climb and a T-Rock away from GT. Bob's got to still get to Meyer and Ice. But he at least will be able to logically swim to Ice Palace. And hopefully not die in pod. Keep them together, Indio. Yep, check the map first and keep them together. Yep.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
India's trying to figure out what the boss of this dungeon is, so just gave a quick map check.
He was like, "This is Cold Stare, right? You're in the boss room."
Yeah, he's preparing for Beer League Enemizer. That's totally what's happening.
I know for a fact he told me in chat that he was going to play Sanity after this, but I'll let him hear it. I'm just kidding. I check the map randomly in dungeons at least once a seed. And he's going to the mountain.
Another chat question: if you get the big key at the start of Ice Palace, can you skip hitting the switch? Yes, you can. That's actually how the any percent NMG route works in vanilla preset, where you're allowed to icebreaker. So you icebreaker to the big key chest, and you pick up the big key, so that you don't have to backtrack to the switch. And it's about 6 seconds faster than going back and hitting the switch. But if the big key is anywhere else except for those two chests, then it's not really worth it. Even if it's in Pengator chests, like that 6-second save isn't really worth it. It's worth it to just skip Pengator chest entirely.
Sure. There's the bonker at it again. I think he's somehow hovering below 10 to 15 bonks, though, so not even approaching the 40 threshold that you spoke of earlier.
Yeah, we'll see it at the end, but there are some like intentional bonks that you have to do.
Will we count those? I forgot. I mean, if we're counting the good, skillful bonks, I feel like the implication is when you say bonks, the implication is mess ups. That's how I interpret it. Mess ups being too strong of a phrase, of course. Who doesn't like a good bonk every once in a while? Bobsled needs to watch their health.
Yeah, Indio was in a very similar position coming in back here and got shot a bunch.
Do those things, because, I mean, who hasn't been knocked off the platform by one of those? Remind me what the flashy blue things are called?
They are berries, or barries,
Berries.
but I'd say berries.
If you don't do anything, do you not fall?
You do not, yeah, so if the only thing that makes you fall is if they hit you on one of the stopping blocks, or if you slash them and they electrify you.
Which feels like that happens every time, so
yeah,
it's good to know that good to know that they behave like the Ganon bats. Just let go of the D-pad, you'll be fine.
No, I swear that the timer is actually a lie. So those enemies are on a timer, and they're also they also have like movement RNG, so they will delay sparking sometimes. I think that's all a lie. I think the game cheats and sees when you're like exactly when you're about to slash at them, and then it electrifies the Bari. Because
he didn't even risk that one. You're right though. It's like they're not eyes; they're cameras from the original developers, and then now they're just old men just charging the berries as you raft past. What a dream, though, I mean, it sucks when you have to find flippers in a gross location for Crystal Swamp, but they weren't even in that terrible of a location in Crystal Mire, but we just don't care with Pendant Swamp and Crystal Ice. That was pretty swaggy on Bob's part.
I mean, he just hookshotted the switch.
Well, you threw a boomerang first. Oh, but it didn't make it.
Because he probably thought it would make it, and it didn't. So to get the blue boomerang to hit that switch, you have to start on the bad side of the blue pegs, but you do have time to get back over. Oh, Indio,
please.
Half a heart.
Does he have the?
He doesn't have powder, and I think he turned the mushroom in. So, okay, he's got a blue though.
Which is only blue though. He'll get a magic refill at the end of the dungeon if he. Well, he doesn't have to go to Laser Bridge, fortunately, unless he has to go for a key. Wait, why did he? get that? Oh, is that the big key in that chest right there, or what? Did he waste that key?
In lava chests,
Yeah.
Yeah. So can't fully go mode this. You have to go open the big chests because now it's a 50-50.
But was the
Whether
big
it
key
has
in
a
the
small
lava
key
chest, or
or
did
not.
he accidentally waste the small key?
No, the big key was vanilla.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Dennis. I was gonna say when he had a half heart, he should have had Dennis's. What was it at 8x speed
The
heartbeat?
2x heart peeps.
Sorry, Dennis, please. Multiple times, I swear, he chose not to get help because he knew he was on
Yeah,
stream.
just to have the beeps on.
Red Cane was on hammer pegs, right? So, we're not going to care about that in terms of logic and cold stare, but we'll just beat cold stare. But we can't ice break. We have to bomb jump, and then the search for Red Cane will continue, probably while Indio is in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, luckily Bobsled doesn't have like too much left.
What is Indio looking for?
Maybe he doesn't notice that he already has a key. Maybe he wants another potion or something. Because we only ever found that one bottle.
I mean, either that or he wanted the compass. We can ask him in the interview.
Oh, that's true. Might also want half magic, but I mean, with gold sword and silvers, you don't really need half magic.
Pretty tough because we used our potion, and so the thing that'd be weighing on my brain here is no half magic, no potions, and we're definitely not fluting to the potion shop and reclimbing. So we're just kind of gonna be an interesting climb.
I have definitely seen people flute to the potion shop and reclimb the mountain before, so it's.
I would maybe with 3 bottles or something, but for 1 bottle, I mean, it could be the difference between killing Ganon or not, but that'd be a tough decision for me to make.
I mean, honestly, you're on blue mail, 15 hearts. You've just spent the last 2 months learning how to kill Ganon with a lot less equipment. I think you just go for it, and oh man, Bobsled's problems continue here with going in that pit and having to do this bomb jump again.
Which he does. And we're through. Indio, thank you.
All right,
Run fast.
It's guessing time.
Game time.
Get your guesses in chat. 1 to 22. Where is that GT big key?
Oh, 1? Come on. I'm going torch.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's in Stolfos' room. Just a nice easy trip. So let's go with like, I don't know, 5.
Right next 0. What is he hoping this just morphs into a key sanity mode and he's already got it?
I think he's trying to underflow the big key counter so that you get 255 big keys.
Fair enough.
All right, Indio going right side first. I think I've seen like a good spread between all the mentees so far, like what you choose to do in Ganon's tower, and you know you never know what the right route was until you've already found the big key. So just do whatever makes you comfortable. Ooh,
There's like
almost
3
getting
decent
wall
ones
mastered there.
Yeah, that was. Come on, Bob, you got this, brother. And you did. Cold Stare's dead. See, and the magic problem is already kind of rearing its head. This is he doesn't know that he's got a fairly comfortable lead, but this would be uncomfortable times.
All right, well, the big key is definitely here in Compass Room because we found a small key in the first one.
And also the big
Okay.
key.
So which check
Well,
would that have been? 2,
1,
3, 4, 5?
2,
I think it was
5.
5.
I think.
As always, I'm off by 1. Completely out of magic here, but doesn't really need any until after land mode 2. Just gonna unfortunately have to do a full lamp wrap on the torches. Hopefully he knows where the magic and stuff is. That being the pot above the bottom torch and the pot below the bottom torch.
Sure.
Oh,
see if
never
Bob
mind. He can
decides-
fill it right here.
Oh, sure.
Okay, yeah, he can fill his magic right here. I always forget about this room.
Because it's got a nasty nickname for it.
I mean, recovery room. It's not exactly.
I've heard worse. I've heard PG-13 nicknames for that room, sir.
I mean, there's. I've called a lot of rooms by PG-13, by a lot worse than PG-13.
What is? Oh, Bob's going to check the big chest.
Yeah, going to check the big chest. Like, and
This
with
is the meta play.
with hammer. With hammer and pot, no, this is an anti-meta play. With hammer and pod, knowing that he could have gotten it like 20 minutes before he did, and like forcing himself into all those double dips, he knows he's behind this. He's playing to his outs, because he knows everyone's gonna last locate this. So he's trying, and honestly, it's good instincts, because and that's where knowing the meta and such can help you, in that. You're like, okay, well, I was 20 minutes late to that hammer. I'm probably just dead anyway, but if I'm not, then that means it's got to be somewhere gross, so let's go to Thieves Town Big Chest.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we have not seen this check yet, so hopefully it's got something. The shovel would be pretty nasty. Trinex, could you type a word in chat that you think it rhymes with? I know that was 300, but I swear it was blurry and looked like it said 3,000. It would be insane if there was just a random 3,000 repeat horde. Yes, Trinex, you're correct.
I don't know how you would put a 3,000 rupee horde in a game that caps out at 999, but I mean...
Crush my soul. Wait. Well, fair.
All right. Well, the good news is that we're past the part where INDIO actually needs magic.
We just found one of the bottles just empty. Just kind of funny. But yeah, we will get one refill. He has fairies, but no potion, right? But we have silver, so we just need enough magic. We can afford a death, and we just need enough magic for our silver fight.
Bobsled finally is finding that that Cane of Samaria and has entered Go mode, but unfortunately his flute still only works in the light world.
132-ish.
Until somehow inexplicably the duck goes and saves you at the top of GT.
Berna among the friendlier final checks. I mean, I guess he was looking for like the blue potion or something. This is not what he had in mind either here.
Yeah, but he only needs like half a bar for the Ganon fight, so Berna could certainly help in phase 2 if he is not as familiar with it. Oh, I guess we had the cape anyway, so yeah, Berna's just dead.
I do feel bad for Bob. I mean, he's just like one of those things where really hammers his first second pod really. Kind of that was obviously the moment or the check that was impossible to recover from.
Yeah,
But
so that's why I was so surprised when he went all the way through AGA 1 just to do one check and then bounce.
Well, it was the mirror. I think that was the plan. And the mirror appeared, and they were like, "Hell yeah, I'm chasing the mirror." I bet you if it was anything else, that could be a first question. Did the mirror change your route, or did you have were you planning to leave for some reason?
Right, AGA 2 is down, revealing that it was Ganon the whole time.
What's less shocking? It was Ganon the whole time, or it was Wily the whole time? It's like, oh my god, it's Wily. I'm so shocked that Dr. Wily was involved in this.
Furious making a good point in chat. Yeah, it was actually Dio the whole time.
Dio, well.
That is a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Well, it's the last time on comms. I'll go for it. I was gonna say that sounds like Indio's wife, but let's move on. All right, he's let's see here. We are. Was that a successful? Yep. Here we go.
All right, so did use up that half bar of magic, but like I said before, we have silvers, so it's not too important to be saving magic here. He might even just get Torch Glitch to save on some stuff.
We have a fairy, so we can. I think that was intentional, although he definitely knew he could afford it. But now we got to be. He is not a nice pig. He does not like hugs.
I'm not sure that it was intentional, but yeah, it's
Guys, cutting it pretty close. How close he's standing. He can't afford, but I think 2 hits might kill him. Right? 2 body hits, and we're 2 arrows from death. So let's just keep it clean. And Indio is your 2025 GMP Master Sword Champion.
I was gonna say don't finish that sentence just yet, but yeah, he's too far away from the bridge now. No falling. GG Indio, very well played. Even though that
well played, brother.
That one was a little less friendly than the other one.
Bob, looks like we might be seeing a DNF here. Once we get confirmation of that, we'll wait for both runners, obviously, to get to the interview, do it together. Good GGs to both runners.
Yeah, after that long and grindy seed, I don't blame Bobsled at all. Like it's just one of those where no decision that he made paid out. So, except for the AGA 1 decision, but then yeah, every other decision was just like, oh, this leads to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if Hammer had been in Meyer, I mean, that was an early Meyer dip. That could have been a different race, but it was basically in the spot that he prayed it wouldn't be.
Yeah, and that's the way the game goes sometimes. You know, somebody makes a low percent play and gets paid out for it, but unfortunately for Bobsled, not the case today.
I mean, when you look up what rando in the dictionary, it's my opponent found the item that I didn't. It's what it feels like at least every time, and you're grateful for what feels like the 10% of the time that you find whatever you need. But Indio played great. Bob, I mean, he didn't make his decisions just didn't work out, but he played fine. I mean, he made good decisions that just
Yeah,
didn't lead where he. I'm guessing the mirror rerouted him, but that'll be my first question. As we are joined by Mr. Sled himself, and GG's my friend. I believe Indio is still making his way here.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, so I guess the first question is, so you go through all that effort to try and get to East Dark World. You attempted to water walk twice, and then you attempted the kern jump, and then finally had to end up doing Aga 1. And then just all that just for one check, and then you bounce. So what played into that? What was the plan when you saw that mirror on the pyramid ledge?
Well, my plan was pod before, and I knew that it was there. The problem, I just full on raged, and so I like turned my cam off on stream too. I just had a moment. So when I finally did do Aga, and I told myself I should have been in pod, I didn't go to pod, and I got even more mad after when I was like, nice. How did I not do that?
We assumed your plan was pod, and then you saw the mirror, and given the impact of the mirror, you kind of made a spot decision to go elsewhere. As Indio is also here in the booth. Congratulations, Indio, well-deserved champion of the Master Sword bracket.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny. You have to look back at the VOD. I would say you both tried and failed the kern jump each like 10 times. Like you
Okay,
both
at least,
basically did within about 2 minutes of each other. Bob, you did this. You set up the Skullwoods water walk correctly, but you hugged that gap too close. That's what turned it off.
Oh,
You have to be as far away from that hole as possible, and if you're anywhere near it, it turns it off. It's a tricky second
right.
layer of that, but
That's why I killed the bush to walk around it. Yeah.
yeah, just brutal. And then just to watch you both try the kern jump was, I mean, I'm sure torturous for you, but interesting to watch. But then you just said screw it and went to Aga, and then Indio went back for more bombs. I mean, it was insane to watch it unfold. But you went across, and you were the first to the hammer by, I would say, an unrecoverable amount of time. Unfortunately for Bob, but that was the difference.
So I mean, Bob was the first into the Dark World, so I mean, it was on the East Dark World, I should say. But,
I was feeling pretty fancy up until that moment. I'll tell you what. I was feeling pretty good about myself, and then I was like, "Ah, here we go." And then, yeah, when I saw Hammer, dude, I about like hit Alt F4. I'm not gonna lie.
Indio, give us your thoughts on the same sequence. Were you going to buy 100 bombs till you got it, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I pretty much was fully committed to not doing Aga, so I was like, I got to go back and try this again. I don't know how the race was playing out, but I felt like I needed to skip Aga to have a chance. So,
do you know the Skullwoods water walk set up there by the hole? Because you on the second try you walked past Skullwoods, and I assume that you might not know how to do that, but Bob tried it twice.
Yeah, no, I've done that a couple times, but I felt more comfortable over the kern jump, but that was a lot of bombs.
It was just crazy to watch unfold. Bob. I mean, your decisions were, I think, sound. It just like if you had found Hammer and Meyer or Kane and Meyer. It was in pod, and it felt very much like you were kind of saying, "Screw it, I'm not going to pod right now."
It's weird because the last couple of days I've tried to. I mean, the last couple of weeks I've really tried to instill like, if I get early Dark World and like I don't have a lot of movement around the world, I need to be going into pod right away, and I don't know why I didn't go in.
Did you fully clear everything else before?
Pod was my last. Yeah.
Yeah, clearing out Skullwoods and Desert completely and finding nothing.
I never went into Desert, actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I was definitely behind. After doing those 2 pendants and coming up empty, I was like, I can't do Aga now. I gotta skip this. Hoping that you would have done Aga, really, but
after I missed the water walk and the current jumps, my thought to myself was, do I go get more bombs, or do I just use the butter sword to go through Aga really, really fast?
Yeah.
So I just went with that, and you
did, and I think you got the mirror as India was kern jumping, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bob picked up the mirror as soon as Indio finally hit the kern jump to get him across.
Wow.
Dang. Yeah, that was a big misplay on VOD. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean it happens, and like Dr. John said, you were with the information that you were given, you were making sound plays, like hard following that mirror, and then you get the bombos from it, and then take that bombo straight to Meyer and hope to find a capstone there. That's a perfectly fine play. It just wasn't the correct one for this seed.
Yeah, there came a point where I looked at it and I said to myself, so the pod thing. So when I first got the mirror, I thought to myself, do I go to pod? And I didn't. Then for the next like 20 minutes, every time I went somewhere, I was, well, if he went to pod and there was an item, then he's ahead of me. And now I really need to get lucky. And so going into Meyer was basically a give me Kane or I'm done for. And so,
Yeah,
And
well,
then
give you something at least, right?
something. Right?
yes.
And then you were so unrewarded that you went to ice and said, let's do something in here. Which I was like, oh, this is cool. But then I forgot that you didn't have hammer. So you couldn't get the cold unless hammer was there.
Yeah.
I was like, and I was like, let's just go to pod. A tough one, but just, I don't know.
Yeah, GG's Indio. That's good job though. That's awesome.
GG's, yeah, thanks. Good series. Two kern jumps.
Yeah, we thought we were like, he's trying to. It felt like you were not forcing it because it was obviously the correct play to break Aga, but it was like, I wonder how much of this is him just wanting to go 2 games in a row with the kern jump. But you did it.
Yeah, it made me laugh because I was like, oh, this is actually like the right play this seed, so I need to do it. But,
For sure,
yeah.
it for sure was. I looked at the map and I was like, "Ooh, I should have noticed this." Like first of all, like probably 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I think if I did, I would have just went because I was on the south side. I think I would have just went to egg. I would have never tried the kern jump. But I was already over there, and I was like, "Oh, like I'm in the dark world. Like this is the best play." And then yeah, I totally forgot that you need to like walk around that that pit. That's
Shout
rough.
out to Dennis. Dennis was our gold sword champ. And Dennis in chat was pretty early on calling for the Aga seed, and it was just weird that it's the various forms of Aga requirements, and for here it was just simply pod access. It's pretty wild that the bracket culminated with a logical break across that water. So it was cool to see you both try it.
All right, so our as mentioned before, our gold sword bracket is all wrapped up, and with this win, our master sword bracket is now wrapped up. Still have tempered sword and fighter sword finals going on. Tempered sword game 1 is going to be this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I believe we're in Eastern Daylight Time, not Standard Time, but
Whatever.
so yeah, we have Simon versus Kiko in that series. So they will play game 1 on Friday, game 2 on Sunday, and in between those two, we have game 2 of the fighter sword finals between Dekar and Shinice. So, last restream for a few days, but we'll have a pretty busy weekend. Once again, thanks to our runners. Give them both a follow. And thank you again to Furious for the restream and Dennis for tracking, of course, and thank you, Dr. John, for coming with me again. And yeah, let's
Awesome
do it.
community. I love just everyone's spirit and demeanor and just attacking these races. And yeah, GG's to both runners. Dennis capping off his gold victory by tracking this one. And just I love the camaraderie and the support that everyone shows each other. And thanks for putting your efforts out there for us all to see, Bob and Indio. And we'll be talking to you down the line for sure.
Yeah, thanks for streaming.
Yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.